So I just found a whole bunch of eggs. I thought they was kind of getting slack on their laying. So we're going to go in here if I can get over this fence. Whoa. Get over this fence and get these eggs before a snake gets them. And this is really going to be a job. Why I didn't see it because that board right there. Wow, heck on. Hi, how can I get up right there? Give them a good spot. Oh man, am I going to get them? I have to get something other. I'm going to have to get. Oh, what are you doing? No, 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 no. Wow. This is hard. This is really hard, girls. You had a good hiding spot, that's for sure. No, no. Get that last one. I think it's the last one. No, it's not the last one. Hey, no, no. What are you doing? All right, nuisance. Stop. Stop. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 eggs. Glad I found them before a snake got them. Or before I got any more than this. Lord God, I'm blessed. I got some plenty of eggs in the refrigerator. Don't want to get no snakes started around here. Sure, they're here. I mean, I killed 2 last year. Not a chicken snake, but just, I believe it was a water snake. So, yeah. But I try to keep the eggs up with this one reason. Is because if you leave your eggs sitting there, chicken snakes will come. This time of the year is the year that I love, but at the same time I hate. Basically because the rains do come, and that's wonderful, but the weeds is really, I take it over. And when you're doing things by yourself, then you have, and I know it's not gonna show up on camera the way I'm seeing it, but when you're doing things by yourself, then you have to realize that you got to stay up on top of it, because if you get behind, then it becomes a really a lot of work. Usually I'm way up onto it, and but this year I'm kind of falling behind, and not because of slackness. It's because that, you know, I'm helping somebody else out. He's been in the hospital a lot, and with that ordeal, and then also now they're back in the hospital. I'm trying to juggle another place, and then I'm trying to juggle this place and juggle the animals, and so it can be a lot. Like, I did run a lawnmower across there. I put this there last year so I get my truck across here because of this ditch. But and keep that from washing. But that's why I'm concerned. The concerning part is all these sticks that fall with storms. You can't mow, you got to get out here, you got to get them up. And that's why, as long as I can pick it up, stay up with it and pick it up, then it's not a problem. I'm walking back here at the back field, and there's no way with all these sticks, and we probably won't be able to see it with all these sticks, there's no way to mow. I have to pick this stuff up. So usually I take one of my lawnmowers, and I come down here and ride around, pick it up with a trailer on the back of it, or the truck. So, wow, check this thing out. That thing is up to here. I think they call that a stinging nettle. I don't know. It's got thorns on it. See, things like this, I have to jump on this. This stuff right here will grow real fast. And I don't like my land looking like this. And the reason I'm walking back here, is because I have to walk back here and see what's going on with it. Make sure it's not getting ahead of me, because one day I'm hoping to have a new fence up here. I've been clearing it out for a little bit, and I didn't get to it this year because life goes crazy. And the main reason me walking back here is because of this. You see, this is a good snake area, good snake bedding area, and plus it gets for long it'll be so high that and vines will start running in there, and I've got it down. This thing was probably at least 12 plus feet high, this brush pile. And so just want to walk back here so I can see what is actually going on, watching the snakes here. But and see what I just don't want to get too far ahead of it. I got some trees cut down. There's a lot to be done, but this year was the year that was supposed to take place. Hopefully the fencing, get this is why I cleared this out last year, worked on this, took the tractor and loaded it to the woods, but there's some big old stumps up under there. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out how all those limbs got on there, because it was just stumps, and that I've seen it from a distance, but I was like, it looked unusual. And I'm not sure how those limbs got on there. Sometimes you got to watch your neighbors. Yeah, so I don't know how it got on there. Yeah, I've been busting my tail to get this thing down, and then suddenly I look. But it's like the light people, they was cutting some limbs out of where the telephone power lines are going, and I look back here, and what they did, they didn't even ask me. They walked on my property and threw all those limbs onto this, and it was like already 12 feet high. I've been for years trying to get it to deteriorate and break down. I used that soil for my raised beds out at the greenhouse, and also into the raised beds. So raised beds outside and inside. And so, I've been really working at this, but it's been here for a long time, and breaking it down is, with time, it takes sometimes a long time. You think not with our heat and our humidity. I thought this was grass around here. The deers come out here at the beginning of spring, and they come out here and they forage to get some of this grass. And the bush hog is not attached to the tractor at the moment, so I've got to get that hooked up, and that's sometimes it can be a chore to do by yourself, but the lighting's not right, so it can be a chore to get that hooked up, but it's got to be done. So I like to take the bush hog and run through the place, because no matter what, you can get all this picked up, and as soon as you get all these limbs picked up, a storm will come and it'll be right back onto the ground. So, which I would usually I'm already on it, but when you're helping somebody else's life, it kind of does take from your life. And what God talks about into His Word about going into the hospitals and into those that are in need, that's needy, or not say needy, but the sick, the widows. He talks about a lot about giving that helping hand. I'm not looking at the camera, I'm watching where I'm stepping. So, because it's definitely that time of year. Snakes are out. But he definitely talks about that and expects us to do things like that. And I believe that, one day, because none of us is perfect. And, if we can do it, we be determined and decide to stretch out our neck and stretch out our hand and give that helping hand. I believe that, you know, we're going to stand before God, and, you know, and even though we can't do all the word perfect, because none of us is perfect, he's only one perfect one, that's Jesus Christ, but we can at least do what we can do, or try to do what we can do when we can do it. And it goes back, even though we don't want to work harder but smarter, we still have to consider not just ourselves, but consider others. So it takes me a while to get things done around here, but I keep piddling at it. I've been trying to get to this, finishing up my grapevine. So it's starting to run. You see, if you keep working at things, you'll look up one day and you'll have it done. And sometimes you got to let things go to be able to accomplish other things, and not let it overtake you. Don't let the problems, the situations, the circumstances, the weeds overtake you, because I don't know about you, but sometimes just looking at that gets on my nerves. So, but sometimes you gotta let it go, and realize that you can only do so much, and do what you can do. Don't worry about what you can't do, but do what you can do. Like today, I want to go and when I look at this, my first instinct is to, the ground's at level. My first instinct is to, I just want to come out here and mow, just jump on it. But I got another project that I haven't been able to get to for 7 days now. So you have to weigh out your odds. And so I think I'm gonna walk through the garden and take a look at it, and then, you know, I've been maintaining that, juggling that, and that's okay, because that's my food, right? But at the same time, this grass ain't going. It's not grass, it's weeds. These weeds are not going anywhere. It doesn't bother me as much out here, but it definitely bothers me in my garden, because if you don't maintain that and stay up with it regularly, what's going to happen is going to overtake, and then you can get frustrated. Then you can quit, park, and throw in the towel and say, no, this is too much, this is too much work, this is too hard, da 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 da. But you got to weigh out the odds, and then you also, I got to pick your choices, your things to do, pick your projects, and what is the most important to work on. So this is one of my important projects. I mean, I got painting, I got so much to do, and I say that all the time. There's tons of projects. If I look around, there's a project everywhere. But you got to learn, you know, come up with a plan and learn how to manage things when you're doing it on your own. And as you're getting older, you got to realize you got to come up with these plans so that it will stay functional. You don't want to quit and park and throw in the towel with something that you really do love. And so that's what I'm doing. You know, there's always something. And sorry if I'm so close to the camera and it's jiggling around, but this was just random, you know. Most of my videos just showing what's going on here onto the homestead, which I really can't show it all, because I'll be dragging you around for hours. So, girl, your luck is out. I never have liked chasing chickens. It really does take your energy, especially when you're working on something or trying to get progress taking place. I was told these were New Zealand's. Yeah, I guess if you got any information, just shoot me a comment, because you know I really got these for my granddaughter, and also to have it for the rabbit manure. And then if I ever decide something else, then that'd be the process. But this rabbit here is smaller, so I thought it would be a male. It's gained a lot of weight. I know, I forgot. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. It's a lot. I guess it's a he. Come on. Come on. I know. I know. You're a good boy. I think you're a boy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you love those rubs. I wish the other ones was like this. I used to use this as to put my baby chicks in, or my meat birds when they would graduate to a certain size, and then they would graduate to the chicken tractor, and then they would graduate to the coop. So we harvest a few potatoes, just dug down there in the ground and got some out. Won't be long for time to harvest some of these potatoes here in the greenhouse. They've done the bush part. The leaves look absolutely phenomenal. Everything needs to be watered at the moment. So the garden peas are starting to come off. They've done very well in here into the greenhouse. So far, no powdery mildew, but our temperatures are picking up. So we picked a few right there. Then I got some onions. This neck right here is bent over. So we'll say that one's done. Not a bad size onion. On this side we got a humongous one. That's a big onion. It's the biggest onion I've ever grown. That's a big one. That one down there is huge. It's really super big, but it's still growing. The neck's not falling over, but that's pretty daggone big. Here and take this one. It's falling over, and we'll just let them start drying out. Whenever that neck is bent over, it's time to harvest them.